This is an old intro that I never use. I have it titled Lame Intro. Welcome. So today we'll be exploring the Sunnyside coke ovens. Coke ovens are similar to lime kilns. It's said that they use more heat and less oxygen. And this is actually on the way to Moab for me. Usually I would drive straight and end up in Moab. This will be the first time I take a left here. And I was very excited since my cat was injured, and by the way, she got in a fight with another cat. Another stray cat, I guess, made its way to our front door, and that's where the fight occurred. And here I am. Sunnyside is about 10 miles away from this point, and I just stopped at this little rest area. Chief is very excited. Feels like it's been a while since we've gotten out. And I don't know what to make of these ovens. I really don't. At this point, I hadn't been to the ovens. And I thought we'd just stop and look at this little monument. Right away from the pictures I saw on the internet, this looked like a joke. It took another 11 miles to get out to this site, running along this railroad track. And here we're approaching a little town. Very old. Hasn't changed much since it was built. Although what was clear is a lot has been demolished, and a lot of brick ruins, such as this tower coming up on the left. And then I arrived to my destination. A stark contrast of anything I'd seen up to this point. And we must remember that these are ovens, coke ovens. At least that's what we're told. I have no words today. At the bottom, there's larger blockwork. Larger bricks fusing into stone. completely turning into a stone ring at the base. All these bricks melted, turning into a different type of brick. Just amazing, amazing craftsmanship. And here again we can see the square parts all the way down the line. What is this place? A breeding facility? It looks like all of this has brick foundation. Another thing I can notice is this hole seems to have been widened. Whatever these were, they were all sealed off, except for the top opening. I really don't know what to make of this place. It took me all day to get here, and it'll take me the rest of the day to get back. I can't imagine anybody in the 1800s coming out here. We're so far from anything. There's at least 100 of these out here. I think just one of them would take a few months, maybe half a year. I don't know. The Hopi legends. How the Hopi were brought underground by the ant people, and they had an underground city. I always tried to imagine what the underground city might look like. And maybe this is a little slice. Maybe this network exists everywhere. Under the dirt, under the mud. It's actually pretty cozy in here. I can stand up. In theory, I could live in here. So they say these are charcoal kilns, but there's zero charcoal inside the kilns, and the whole ground is charcoal. Is this some kind of terra preta? Again, the charcoal is everywhere but around the kilns. The kilns themselves are very clean. Spotless. No charcoal trails going in and out of them. But out here, everything charcoal. No soot in these supposed fireplaces. Here looks like some old handiwork of the 1800s. Just a pile of barnwood. And we see a lot of structures that look like what we would expect from the 1800s out here. Shacks. Back there I see some cave openings. Cave openings in the mountain. Looking like a road. There-ish. And there's just brick everywhere, as if somebody was just sloppy, like they had bricks to spare. Either that's the case, or a lot was destroyed all over here. This being a city at one point. And for some reason, these lime kilns survived. And I think it may have to do with the arched, domed shape. The arched dome shape would deflect a lot of the cataclysm. And I think next I'm gonna go up to the top here and see if I can't discover what these squares are that look like fireplaces but are actually in between each of these supposed kilns. Let me give you a look down the line here because it's just completely mind-blowing. Unbelievable in every way. Some ruins out here. Stage J. Another ruined brick building. Here we can see the tops. We see the round openings, and then the square ones running down the center. It used to have concrete something on top, and each and every piece has been busted up, like something's been removed from the tops. And again, every single entryway has been busted, seeming to have been busted open. Were they some kinds of cocoons? So strange. Chief actually doesn't like it here. Perhaps whatever happened is still resonating or echoing. And here you can see what I'm talking about. Look how these go down. This is just the top of something. If you're just making lime kilns, You don't need to go 20 courses below the kiln. This is miles, mind you. Look at Chief is hiding in a kiln. Again, all of these have been broken apart, and this was a big deal. And there's power lines running along all of this in the middle of nowhere. There's a railroad, and I'm sure that rather than this... Oh my God, a coyote. Wow, or a fox. Did you see that, Chief? Wow, he was just sitting here looking at us. And why I wanted to come one last time, it looks like it's been knocked down up here, and that's what I want to see. And here we go. This is what I was looking for. Unbelievable craftsmanship here. Starting with a center portion and flowering off. This flowering of bricks is beyond. So exciting. And mind you, we're seeing a larger block at the very bottom here. Just a beautiful, beautiful type of old world concrete. Just the most perfect concrete. We can see it's cracked, and I haven't even reached my destination. Look at this. Look at this heat. This is a study for natural versus artificial. And this is some kind of a concrete that is just cooked. Which tells me that something was cooking out here. Heating without smoke, as they would tell us. We can see the multiple courses going down under the lime kiln. There we go. So was this actually some arch? Was it supposed to be an entryway? I wish I could dig here and see how far down this goes, because this is already about 4 to 5 to 6 feet lower than the bottom of the lime kilns. So what was going on here? It just doesn't make any sense. All the excess, all the waste. No way. And here we can see some more exposure of the brick igloo. I mean, can you imagine? I can't imagine covering one of these with dirt. And that's a very important point, is that you can't just cover something with dirt. You can't just build it, excavate it, cover it with dirt. Look at this. Nobody covered this. Nobody put this over this brick. No. No. No, sir. This is all a byproduct of either what we call the mud flood or something else. Something else. This was all brick too, and it has just turned to this. And again, the dome-shaped was protected underneath. Here. This is a brick. Listen. This isn't a rock. This is a piece of brick. I can see. I could feel it. But it's been cooked out. And all that survived were these kilns because of their dome shape. And I think this was just the top of the building, a type of ornamentation with ventilation. The rest of the building is up to 100 feet underground, and everything has turned to toast. Now we can see primitive mortar. Down there, what has been ruined looks like primitive mortar. Modern, something they would do in the early 1900s. But this stuff, this is absolutely advanced and old world. Again, I can't stress how all of these have been busted open. You could tell they were covered in this dirt or remains of what looks like brick, actually, the same colors. And they've all been busted into. And I would love to dig down further, see how far these bricks actually go down. Most people are just satisfied with this narrative, this just making sense to them. And I'm still not satisfied. And here was this old train depot, in much better shape than everything else. And it seems pretty clear to me that there's two phases. The old kilns seem like a much older craftsmanship than this railroad depot and a lot of the other ruins that we saw laying around. And to get here, we had to drive over a mountain pass. And it's always nice to get up in the mountains. We took our time getting home. What a ridiculous video. I do hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining me. Have a blessed day. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.